Greetings, everyone. Happy Friday. How's everybody doing today? Ooh, okay, so how are you guys feeling? We're in the middle of a Mercury retrograde. This is a really brutal Mercury retrograde. It is not fucking around. And today is a Venus day, and Venus is currently at the 14th degree of Virgo. So since the sun has been in Virgo, I feel like my whole world has been sort of coming, like bursting at the seams slowly, like slowly just popping and things just kind of coming undone. Just discovered a flea on one of my cats. My cats have been breaking out of the house, and when I'm not secure at things, they find ways out. And I just found a flea. I found 2 fleas, so that's not good news. So I'm just in my own right now. I'm like, so I had to really bring my energy, like, how do I get myself present? Because Fridays is one of the days that I want to come and do this still. So Venus is the day that I asked for reciprocity, because Venus rules reciprocity, you guys. Venus. And here's what reciprocity is. I just love this stuff so much, right? Reciprocity is the mirror. What you see is what you get. What you put out is what you get back. And it's such a, are you treating your dog for this? So I just sprayed my cats down with vinegar water, apple cider and vinegar water, which they did not like, of course. But it's got to go down because I have to do this naturally. So anyway, this idea of reciprocity with Venus. Venus is the energy of feeling. It's of sensation. Venus is really the energy of sensation, right? Your senses, what you hear, what you see, what you taste, what you touch, what you feel. And everyone's sensations are unique. And so with Venus, one of the things that I'm always fascinated about with Libras, and I have many Libras in my life, is that Libras really want fairness. They want balance. They want, like, I hear them say things like, well, I did this for this person and that person didn't do anything back, right? Or that person didn't give what I gave. They say it in various ways. Like, I have someone that I'm really close to that's a Libra, and they are a parent. And for a while they were going through some idea that their children weren't really honoring them in the way that she was putting out. And I used to think that's very interesting, because that's not what children are at all. They're not interested in giving you what you think you need back. Like, your children are not here to respect you in the way that our culture sort of wants them to. Our children are here to teach us. Our children are here to reflect where we are with ourselves. And that's the key to Libra. Whatever you're getting back is the true reflection of what you're giving. See, sometimes we think that we're giving something and we're giving from a place of expectation, and you're not giving from sincerity or wholeness or abundance. And when you don't give from sincerity and wholeness and abundance, you give from scarcity. So it creates emptiness. It creates unfulfillment. It creates where that reciprocity isn't returned, because you're giving from a place inside of yourself that is not filled up. When we are giving with the expectation that someone else is going to give to us in return, that means that we are functioning in scarcity and lack. And so this is the reciprocity thing. This is what I'm going to be teaching in the next moon cycle that's coming up. How you can actually generate a life of relatedness based upon being full from within yourself. That's the only way it can ever work. It never works any other way. So for those of us who are in relationships and you think that your partner is supposed to make you happy, not so, not possible. Reciprocity is based upon your own sense of self, your own power, your own self-love, your own abundance. And when you function from that sense of abundance, what comes back is more abundance, is more love, is more joy. When you are giving from the understanding that you are full, that your needs are met, that no one can even give you anything that would add or take away. It's all just a reflection of who you are. No one is ever giving you anything and giving to your essence. Your essence is, just so you know, your essence, like who you, is sealed. It's sealed in this energetic body. It's also sealed in the energetic invisible field, and it's bolted. Nothing can leave it, and nothing can be added to it. There's a Bible scripture that says, you cannot take away from what God has already created, and you cannot add to what God has already created. The question is, do you know that? Do you know that? Because when you know that, then reciprocity becomes something that is literally just an experience of your own flow, your own overflow, your own experience of how you feel about yourself. People can only show you how people treat you is how you feel about yourself. How people are treating you is how you feel about yourself. So with reciprocity with Venus, so today is the day that I ask for reciprocity. So if you benefit from the work that I offer here, you can say thank you. You can donate at my Cash App or my Venmo, which is Cash App is $ Monique Ruffin, and Venmo is $ Monique. No, Venmo is @ Monique -Ruffin. Or you can share your music playlist with me. I love that. I really love music playlists because I love music. And Venus rules music. Venus rules music. Venus rules money. Venus rules food. Venus rules art. Venus rules relationship. Venus rules judgment. Venus rules equanimity. Venus is our emotions, our feelings, and our senses. So these are the things that we want to really cultivate on this day. Now, here's the thing. Today we are in some really shitty astrology. Okay. So Venus is squaring Mars. So with Venus in a square to Mars, your emotions, your feelings, and your external experience will be at odds with one another. You will have so you might be feeling one way and encountering people who are overlooking your feelings, who don't resonate with your feelings at all. Because we're also in Mercury retrograde, and this Mercury retrograde is very Venus impacted. The retrograde is happening in Libra. Venus rules Libra. Venus is actually in Virgo. Mercury rules Virgo. So we're having this dual experience right now where we are, what we're really being asked to do is to release our external relationship expectations of others making us happy, of others doing things that make us feel any kind of way. Like, for instance, right now I had a friend of mine who, I swear to God, every time I get on these calls, I feel like an invisible force is waving a feather underneath my nose, and all I want to do is just scratch my nose right now. Every time I get on the video, every time, it just feels like somebody's underneath me with a feather, and all I can just do is feel like my nose is itching. It's so hilarious. Anyway, but to my point, a friend of mine called me for my birthday, which was Monday. They called. And they were like, in the message they left, they were like, I know it's your birthday, just call us happy birthday. And I wanted to call them back, but I had so much stuff going on all week long. I was like, if I call them back, I'm not going to be able to be present in the way that I want to. So I'll call them when I have time. So I just called them back today. And they answer the phone with, well, basically, about time you called me back. Like they were really in a thing about it that I hadn't called them back. And I knew they were going to be in a thing about it, but they had an expectation of me behaving a certain way that was in their head. And so then they projected to me like upsetness or, disappointment because I didn't do what they wanted me to do. And that is what's happening today. Venus in a square with Mars. Your inner world is at odds with your external world. And so there is something that needs to be let go of. There's something that needs to be reconsidered. And the question is, I cannot, whoever, like, it's like an ancestor or something, just wait. This is so weird. As soon as I turn this off, my nose is going to stop itching. Anyway, so there is an opportunity for us to begin to eliminate behaviors around codependence and expectation of the external experience to be a certain way. Like we don't get to control the external reality from externally. It's like, so if that person who is my friend, if I was coaching them, I would say, well, what was your expectation? And whatever their expectation was, I was like, well, why didn't you say that? Why, like you had an unspoken expectation. Where was that from? Because that's about them. It's not about me. It's not about the other person. And the other person can't live up to your expectations. So it's like that person had a need. Then they have to meet their own need. That's the thing. You have to meet your own needs. You don't get to project your ideas of how other people should be and expect them to meet your needs. You are responsible for your own self. So when I heard them call me on Monday, I knew, I was like, okay, I need to be able to talk to them uninterrupted. So I will call them back when I'm able to do that. They had a different expectation, but I took care of myself, right? So it's been Monday. I called today, and the first thing they say is, in a really weird, convoluted way, the first thing they do is let me know that I hadn't called them back because that was what their expectation was. And I was aware of it. And I just said, I called you when I could because I needed to take care of me. I didn't stop what I was doing to take care of you because that wasn't. So this is this Libra Virgo energy, this Mercury retrograde, right? Mercury retrograde, communication, Venus, expectations. All of this stuff is it's very complex and a lot of moving pieces right now so that we can see where we really are with ourselves. And do you have the courage to stand for yourself? Or are you going to bend and do what the other wants you to do because you don't want them to be angry or it's codependence, right? Like literally understanding you are responsible for yourself. You are not responsible for another. You are not responsible for another's feelings, desires, and needs. You are responsible for yourself. So like in that circumstance, I took care of what I needed. It didn't make them happy, but they can work that out. They will work that out. I'm going to do what I need to do for me. So many things going through my mind, connecting my feelings over the last 2 days. This confirms the feelings. Energy has been kicking my ass. So I decided to play with the energy in a lot. Yes, exactly. And so with this Venus at the 14th degree of Venus is God, that crow is out there going off. I love myself. I love myself. I love myself. That's the thing with this Mercury retrograde. We have to really move into deep love of ourselves, deep acceptance of who we are, what our needs are, how we feel, and then take responsibility for it ourselves. Nobody can take responsibility for what you need and who you are. And nobody's nobody can take responsibility for you. That's it. That's all I can say. Nobody can. So the 14th degree is the degree of ecstasy. And ecstasy is the divine flow of energy. It's absolutely knowing that we are in flow with something that is greater than us, that we are a part of something that is magical and mystical and earthly and practical, that we are a part of something that, like, sometimes I just think to myself, this breath that's breathing me, it is not asking my permission. If I try to hold it, it's going to force itself upon me. This beating heart that is within me, it is beating no matter what. If I feel like shit, it's beating. If I hate the world, it's beating. If I love the world, it's beating. I am a part of something that I cannot control. I can't control my breath. I can't control my heartbeat. I cannot even really control my thoughts without putting real attention and energy on them to say, change that thought. We are a part of something. Just like the trees cannot control the seasons that they are a part of and the leaves and how they grow. They can't control it. You cannot control. You are not. You think you are, but you're not. You are a part of something that is greater than you. You are human, so you do have consciousness and you can function and you have greater choice than a tree might, right? You have greater choice than a dog might. But you here, this is what it is. You can't get off. You cannot leave the earth realm. You can't go. Try to leave. Try to be like, I'm done. I'm finished. You can, and if you kill yourself, right, man, I can kill myself. You're stuck in the same frequency without a body. You're stuck in the same frequency without a body. So whatever reason that would have a person kill themselves, that feeling will still exist in their consciousness, and they won't have a body to be able to work it out. We are here, okay? We are here. We cannot leave. And the only way to leave this experience is to ascend, is to heal, to become so light that when you drop the body, your soul actually is light enough to lift out of this system and go to another. But most of us aren't light. We leave here heavy with unforgiveness, shame, doubt. So we are then given a new body to come back and work it out again. Unless you killed yourself, then you're stuck somewhere in the abyss. And you have the line to get a body to come to the earth realm is so many, right? There are beings trying to come to the earth realm from other galaxies. And because this place is a school, this place is highly coveted because it really evolves the soul. And we're here to do that. We are here to evolve ourselves. But it requires being committed to your soul's evolution. And most of us are committed to the things that are distracting us in the earth realm. Like most of us want relationship and we want to look a certain way. We want a certain car and none of those things get you into your evolution. None of that stuff. None of it has anything to do with your soul's evolution. Not one. Not at all. Not at all. It has to do with your earth plane and playing the game of the earth, which is a fine game to play. It is a fine game to play. It is it's a worthy game to play, right? But it does not get your soul into the evolutionary process that will allow you to continue to evolve and not have to be in this game anymore. If you have a nice car, people are going to think great things about you possibly, or people are going to think you're rich, but it's not going to get you into your soul's evolution to lift you out of the density of the earth realm. We come here because the earth is dense, because the earth is really in a low negative vibration. So we come here so that we can release ourselves from those negative vibrations, those negative, dense, heavy energies. And we're so distracted with all the stuff that we don't do it. We just take on more. We actually pile on more. And then we do this thing thousands and thousands of times. It's stunning. Like, this is the best game in the galaxy. And it's a big video game, and we're in it, right? And you can't even leave it. You can't leave it except that you outgrow it. You have to outgrow it. And we do outgrow it. There are people that will literally ascend because they outgrow the human patterns. They outgrow the distractions. They outgrow the karma. They outgrow the trauma that we hold in the body. They heal it. And as they heal it, they lift. And they are able to resonate and leave this and go on out to the next thing, right? So today is a Venus day. We are in flow. It's important. The 14th degree, you are in flow. You are in flow with the universe. Your life is as significant as the sun. Your life is as significant as Mercury and all the earth. You are a part of that system, and you are a necessary part of it. And you are a part of serving the earth in her evolution. You are helping the earth evolve. You are. And you do that by your being here and by your consciousness and your understanding of oneness. When we understand that we are all connected and that we are one with all things and that we are valuable, then that supports not only our evolutionary process but the earth, because the earth is a living being, is alive. All of these planets are alive, and when we can do the work to connect ourselves consciously, then the energies can run through our system in ways that help the earth and all of the planets evolve. And the thing that's important about humans is that we are conscious, so we can choose it. We can say, I will choose the evolution. Animals can't do that. Animals are just really at the effect of it, right? But humans can consciously choose it. And when we consciously choose it, the universe will conspire, because then we're working with the universe to help it evolve, and it's working with us to help us evolve. But you have to be conscious in that choice. So we are in this Mercury retrograde. The retrograde is asking us to let go of external authority. External authority. What is that looking like? Venus in a square with Mars. If something doesn't feel right, if it's external and it doesn't feel right, Venus is feeling, Mars is external. You run into somebody, Mars is external, meaning the masculine, right? So everything in this earth realm we're having a masculine experience because it's external. It's out in the world, right? Venus internal, your feelings, what you feel. So if you have an experience and it doesn't feel good to you, that's because that external thing is showing you something that needs to be transmuted. It's showing you something about yourself, right? So like I called my friend and his thing was, he was upset. In a very Libra way, right? Because Libras smile when they're upset. Libra be like, I'm going to kill your fucking ass, you dirty asshole. I'm going to kick your motherfucking ass. Like, that's how Libra, right? They present one way, or they can. Not all Libras are that way, right? But what he was saying, he was showing me that he was upset with the choice that I made. But I knew that I made the choice that was right for me. It wasn't right for him, but it was right for me. And so I'm at peace with that. So it's important for you to be able to feel like when you, in your external experience with people, right? Like, what do you feel? Pay attention to what you feel, not what you're seeing. If you feel safe and secure and happy and whole, then it's good. And if you don't feel safe and secure, then you want to ask, okay, what is it that I need to do? What is it that needs to be transmuted so that I can get back to feeling good? Venus in a square with Mars. Mars is in Gemini and Venus is in Virgo. And so Virgo is discriminating. It says this stays and this goes and this stays and this goes. And Mars in Gemini is your mind. And we project these realities. The reality is made from our mental mindset, right? So whatever story you're telling about something, if it doesn't align to your feeling, it has to go. And Mars is going to be going retrograde soon. So we just have so much happening right now that is profound. So I want to invite you guys. Tomorrow, the next 13 moon cycle starts. We're going to be working with the energy of the Libra new moon, because the sun is going to go into Libra soon. And this month is going to be all about relationships, you guys. The thing about relationship that is so important, you guys hear me say this over and over and over again, is how you relate to yourself is how others will relate to you. That's it. You are either experiencing in another the way you treat yourself, past, present, or future. That's how this works. People can only treat you, mirror to you, the treatment that you're giving to yourself. So in this next moon cycle that starts tomorrow, you have until the 20th to register. This month, we're going to be doing the rituals to program, to code our relationship energy, to code ourselves. Like, the thing that I love about the 13 moons work, it's the work to help you reprogram your consciousness. It's genius. It is the best fucking thing you'll find out there. There's nothing else like it. There's nothing else like it. So it is the thing to help you recode your consciousness. So if you are having relationship stuff, you can't, you don't feel good in relationships, the people in your life aren't mirroring to you who you really think yourself to be and know yourself to be, what you really desire, your relationship to money, anything that you relate to externally, right? Your jobs, all of it is Libra. And this month we get to recode it because the new moon is in Libra. So come and join. The cost is $111. We'll get a community, like we're all in a community in my 13 moons. I'm doing the astrological rituals and updates on a daily basis. There are 3 live groups together where we come and do the rituals together, the new moon, the full moon, the last quarter moon, so that we can really realign ourselves. You have to adjust your consciousness. And it's normal that you have to adjust, just the way you grow out of your clothes, right? When you were 6, you could no longer fit the clothes that you wore when you were 4. This is the same, you guys. It's no fucking difference. You have to grow. You have to stay in a constant state of growth. Otherwise, things get outdated. And the world that we're living in now is different. The world that we're in now is not the world that we were in a year ago. Things are starting to happen rapidly, rapid. You think it's happening, and it's going to start happening faster and faster and faster. So you have to learn how to use the new moon energies to recode your energy to keep you updated. You have to, like the cell phone, they say, download the new software. You must download the new software in your own consciousness. New software around relating, new software around your spiritual practice, new software around your health, new software with money, new software in your consciousness, right? New software with how you relate to your community and the world at large. New software in your purpose and what you're here for and what you're meant to do. New software in how you relate to yourself. You have to do the work to update yourself. Otherwise, let me tell you what's updating you. The news, the current music, the current political, that's why they're constantly because they want to own your consciousness. And if you don't own it, they own it. That's why they're like, come get a booster shot, right? Because they want to keep you updated into their shit. The booster shot is your own self-love. The booster shot is your own sense of self-esteem. The booster shot is your own fucking confidence. And you have to update it. You have to update your consciousness. You have to update your body. You have to update your love codes. You have to update this shit. Otherwise, you're going to just be in the same old practices that you've always been in. That's how it goes. All right, y'all. So you can come. You can go to my link tree and my profile. You can register. It's $111. It's the best work on the planet. That's all I got to say. I'm going to really, it's the best work on the planet. The work that I'm doing, nobody else is doing. Not the way that I'm doing it because it's me, right? And it's not the only way. It's not the only way to do it. As far as I'm concerned, it's just the best way to do it. It's not the only way. There are countless ways to do the work to update yourself. There are countless ways, but mine is the best and the funnest because of me. All right, y'all. Peace and blessings. Share the video. Thank you in advance for your donations and your love. I really appreciate it. If you want to donate, you can do that. $, Cash App, $, Monique Ruffin, @ Monique-Ruffin. Peace and blessings. I see you guys. Or just join the 13 Moons. You don't have to donate anything. Just join the class. And then you'll learn how to do the work. And you will have invited yourself into a new community. And we'll be doing all sorts of wonderful, wonderful things. Peace and blessings. See you later, Rob.